Good Thursday morning, NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Shear with you. This is your new segment, Weather Before the Weather. Third one I've done so far, a little bit earlier than the last two. This is being recorded as of 9:18 a.m. on January 8th, 2015. What has turned out to be a fairly snowy morning across much of eastern Newfoundland, specifically around the eastern and probably southwestern sides of the Avalon Peninsula the most. That's where the heaviest snow seems to be flying right now, at least indicated by Doppler radar. We'll delve into that over the next couple of minutes, sort of talk about that, and then a little bit about tomorrow's system and tomorrow night's system, really. It's basically a low that's going to pass off the coast of Labrador, drag a cold front across Newfoundland, but I think it's going to be a bit tricky this go around, even trickier than today's forecast, actually. So as far as what we have going on now, what you see on your screen there is the live cam from Bell Island that is typically looking out over Conception Bay, and usually you see it right there, and you can't because it's snowing pretty good this morning out on Bell Island. This is courtesy of nlcams.com. Fantastic website. And as you can see here on the right side of your screen, a lot of options here. So we'll start taking a look around St. John's. That should load up here in a second. There we go. And you can see all these cameras here. These are all around St. John's. And it is snowing pretty good this morning. I believe that's the Kenmount Road cam. That's provided by VOCM. Very good shot showing the poor road conditions. Now, it's not terrible. It's not like the roads are impassable. They're just snow-covered and slick. So if you are heading out anytime soon, take your time. At the airport, it looks like it's snowing rather hard. Last observation was a visibility of about 800 meters. Not very far, but I think that's far enough for planes to get in and out. But I'm glad I'm not flying today. Something I don't have to worry about at the moment. This is the new Gower Street cam. And looks like that car is either turning or has slid off the road. My guess is probably turning and caught on the camera there. But you can see it is snowing pretty good in downtown St. John's at the moment. And looking into Torbay, that's the Torbay cam, snowing pretty good as well right there. As we take a look across central Newfoundland, things aren't quite as bad, especially once you get outside of Clarenville. And Clarenville looks like some light snow right now. And on the Burin Peninsula, we're seeing some light snow as well. I believe that's the view from Winterland. So it is snowing on the Burin Peninsula, and I think that cam is a little old, or not quite right. That's from Badger, but it looks foggy. I think there's some ice or fog on the lens there or something. But along the west coast, things are looking pretty good this morning. Looks like just cloudy in Corner Brook, not a whole lot going on there. Looks like the snow squalls have ended. Look at the Port-au-Port Peninsula in Gravels. This here is a bay. I don't know exactly what it's called. That on the left, that's Bay St. George. This, I'm not sure what bay that is. I know that leads out to the Gulf of St. Lawrence, but it's frozen, as you can see. And then this is St. Lunaire and Griquet, and pretty shot there. Looks like some ice forming on top of the water. And roads in Corner Brook look okay. Across Labrador this morning, things are also looking rather nice, so not too bad. Just a couple more highway cams. I just wanted to touch on one more for you, and that is, if I can find it, in Trepassey. And there it is. And you can still see it is snowing across the southern shore this morning, and it also is snowing pretty good out towards Paddy's Pond. So, again, take your time if you are going to be heading out. Temperatures, brutally cold for some spots, minus 38 at the moment in Churchill Falls. Brutal. Feels like minus 47. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. I get way too excited about weather, but I guess that's a good thing. Wallbush Lake, Labrador City, CYWK, minus 36. Feels like minus 51 with a southwest wind of 20 kilometers per hour. That's very cold. And across the island, temperatures are in the minus single numbers east and then much colder west. Minus 20 in Rocky Harbor. That's very cold. Stephenville, minus 14 degrees. And looks like Badger's minus 24 still. So considerably milder across the eastern side of the island. Getting a look at the latest surface analysis, here's our low. This was, I believe, from, let's actually see. Sorry, I don't mean to make you sick. From 10Z, which is, I believe, 8, it's 6:30 in the morning, Newfoundland time. There's our low. That's going to pass east of the Avalon today. That's what's bringing us all of our snow. And radar imagery actually looking really good this morning. I'll refresh this for us. Setting it into motion here over the last couple hours. There has basically been this almost stationary band of heavy snow. I'll stop this now, and let's jump to the last frame as of 9:10. And here's the heavy band of snow, basically oriented from northeast to southwest across the northeast Avalon, stretching on back to the southwest Avalon. That's where the heaviest snowfall accumulations are going to be today. If there's going to be a place that sees 25 centimeters, this is where it's going to be, from St. John's back south and west. North of there, amounts are probably going to be lighter, probably closer to 15 or 20 centimeters up towards Carbonear and Old Perlican and back down toward Placentia, as that area seems to be just outside of the heavy snow band. And then towards Clarenville and back to Bonavista, this area will see generally light snowfall today, and my snowfall forecast was, for the most part, 5 to 15 centimeters from the Bonavista Peninsula back down across the Burin Peninsula, including Clarenville, and on the Avalon, 15 to 25 centimeters. So I think that's going to work out pretty good today. So we'll sort of keep a close eye on that as the afternoon does progress. Hopefully we get some good numbers from the airport today. Let me turn that tool off. And then infrared satellite imagery. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Let's see if I can actually point this out. Look at this. Tiny little vortex there south of Greenland. That's cool. But our low is not as you can't pick it out as well on infrared satellite as this one here. But it is passing east of the island, and we can see all this cloud cover here. The brighter the cloud tops, the heavier the precipitation may be, but the heavy precipitation does extend just west of those bright white cloud tops. So that's basically where we're seeing it this morning, and that will pull away this afternoon. Checking out GFS model, courtesy of weatherbell.com. Again, another really nice website. And you can see as of 2:30 this afternoon, we are still seeing some relatively steady snowfall across the Avalon Peninsula, flurries across the Burin and Bonavista Peninsulas. That's the lighter blue. Darker blue is the steadier snow. And then by 8:30 tonight, things will have ended, but I think actually things wind down by 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon across the Avalon Peninsula. Oddly enough, the snow has been very fluffy, and it will get even fluffier as the system pulls away. So even though the snow rates may decrease, we may end up getting more snow than we would otherwise because the snowfall rates go up. So they're kind of working, I guess, against one another. But the more snow we get, closer to 25 centimeters, the better, because I like my forecast to be correct. I don't like being wrong. In fact, I dislike being wrong more than I like being right. How about that? On a tangent there. And then we turn our attention to Friday, which is going to be a very tricky forecast, because basically what's going to happen is this area of low pressure is going to pass into southeast Labrador Friday night. Let's go back. So this is 8:30 p.m. Friday night, and we are seeing snow along the west coast and south coast of Newfoundland. Temperatures are going to be very cold out ahead of this, but this low is going to pull in some warmer air out of the south. In fact, some very strong winds. So that's going to bring some rain to the eastern third of the island, while this cold front actually will bring generally snow to central and western Newfoundland Friday night and into Saturday morning. Now, that being said, it's going to be rather cold out ahead of this, and I'm not certain that it's going to be as cut and dry as rain changing to snow. We've had situations like this in the past, I believe, across Newfoundland, where generally we're in the warm sector of the low, but it's cold enough out ahead of it that it might not be all rain. It's something I think we only really see in Atlantic Canada, because I've never seen this setup before. But the GFS model is showing rain across eastern Newfoundland, ending as a period of snow Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. I think that's going to happen. I think it will rain. I think it will end as snow, but I'm not sure how much rain versus snow we're going to get, so I'll have to work that out today as a later guidance comes in. I think we're definitely going to get a few centimeters on the backside of the low across the eastern side of the island and possibly a couple on the front as well, but it's all going to be a very quick system unless you believe one computer model, which is showing a bit of a different scenario. So I'll talk more about that later, but it's the only one showing it, which is actually showing an area of low pressure developing on the front, off the Avalon, and more snow Saturday afternoon and to Saturday night. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's something I guess we're going to keep a close eye on. And as that gets past, the westerly winds kick in again, and more snow squalls and snow flurries start to back up along the west coast and south coast, and generally anywhere that sees snow squalls on westerly and southwesterly flow across the island, which does include the St. John's area. I'm rambling a little bit. As far as total snowfall goes, what you're seeing here is with that system number 2, which is about 6 to 8 inches. So 30 centimeters in some spots, maybe. I'm not certain about that just yet. So don't take that to the bank. That's not my forecast. It's just what this model is showing. Have to, I guess, work that out over the next couple of days here. I've been going on for almost 11 minutes now, so it's time to end my weather before the weather. Hope it helps you give you better ideas what we can expect throughout the rest of the day and over the next couple of days as well, although I didn't go into much about tomorrow. I should also say Friday is going to feature some very windy conditions across the eastern side of the island in the morning with gusts probably over 100. Again, I'll talk more about this later today, and I'll probably have a Facebook post or a blog post about it. Until then, have a great day. See you tonight on the NTV Evening News Hour between 6 and 7 and First Edition between 5:30 and 6 o'clock.